and the browser is on the desktop, I would be picking up this URL, copy pasting it, and that too it would be on my I will just paste this URL and press enter. There you go. So this is my mobile application. This is my mobile specific view for the same site, but it has become user friendly. And if I see the interactions, I have all the categories laid out in neatly designed list view. I click on mobile. I have created collapsible list to select the companies, and when it is done using touch, it is very much user friendly. I close this. I select the feed. I close this and I click on search. So this is it. So this is a very neatly graded view of my application. So all these three sections, the categories, selection of the features, and displaying the devices, is done on the mobile using jQuery mobile specific views. If I click on About button, I do not need to zoom in a lot. If I have my contact, the form is very much within the device width. I have my name. You can enter your email ID. For selection of, you can do a good selection. You can write in notes, and finally, you can click on the submit button. So all of them are very neatly rendered onto the mobile. But if I go to the desktop view, what if all of a sudden I wish to go back to my desktop view? I have this section, that is the view switcher, which is coming into picture. I click on this. I go back to my site, which is rendered on the browsers which are there on the desktop. So this is my desktop view. It is not mobile friendly. What if I want to go back to my mobile view? I click out here. I am there again on my mobile view. So how does this magic happen? It's not magic. It's all jQuery mobile mixed with ASP.NET MVC4. So I just stop the application. And now let us see step by step. So the layout files and the view files for the other web application, that's the normal application, do not change. We would be adding views specific for mobile devices. So if I have to render a view for the mobile, the first thing is getting my shared layout in place. So layout.mobile.chtml. Here, after the package manager or the package has been installed, all my CSS files and my jQuery scripts have been written in bundlemobile.config. This file tells the engine that if you want to locate the style sheets and if you want to locate the jQuery scripts, please go to these locations. Now you need to add this class, you need to register the bundles. So very important thing is go in your global.asax file, that is the application start, and you have to write this line that please register these bundles if the mobile view have to be rendered. So I go to my layout.mobile.chtml page. Okay, I have my 2 lines wherein I tell that please render the styles from this section, please render the styles from these bundles, scripts from these bundles. And finally, if you see the markup, most of the elements, in fact the elements which have got to play a certain role, they have been marked with certain attributes, that is the data role. So right now if I have to render this view onto my mobile, I will have the data role of a page. If I want to a header to be there into my page, I have the data role set to header. I want a navigation bar. I have the data role set to nav bar. I want to render the content onto my mobile view. So in the shared layout, I have the render body. This is the razor sharp syntax. And finally, the view switching that you did from desktop view to the mobile view and vice versa, that is done by using view switcher, which is there out here. The logic is written. What has to be done when you're displaying a mobile view, what has to be done when you're doing a desktop view. Okay, so here I have my HTML5 or HTML elements marked with a data attribute, and jQuery mobile and the scripts are capable of picking up these attributed markup language and finally giving them a specific role onto the mobile device. So this is the shared layout, and within this shared layout, the render body will display all the content in the respective files. So the first file that gets rendered is index.mobile.chtml. So if you see this view, this was home, about, and contact. This is the nav bar, this is the header, and this is the view switcher. You have this section being displayed. It is a list view. And because I have a page already for the mobiles, I have set the link to mobiles. I have all these links out here, and I want it to be displayed like a list view. So I have this list being displayed, which renders easily across the mobile. When I click on it, I go to another page that's called as mobiles.mobile. Here I have the UI written for selecting the features, selecting which company it is, and clicking on the search button. So it is a collapsible list. How is it done? You click on the, if you see this div section, it is playing the data role of collapsible, so it will create a collapsible set. I have a theme set for the inside stuff. Okay, so, and because it is rendering easily onto the mobile device, and I want good margins across my control, I have data inset set to true. Now the header is select company, and this is the way you write checkboxes. Label, input type checkbox, and so on. Now if you want all these checkboxes to be not away from each other but grouped into well-designed checkboxes, you need to wrap it around a field set which has a control group as a data role. So here you have created two collapsible sets, one for selecting the company and the other is for selecting the features. Same type, but just the namings have been changed, and when they are rendered onto the mobile device, they take care that space is not being misutilized. You select a company, select the features, close it. You select features, and then you close it, and finally you have the search button. The search button, here the data role is of the button. I want